Hello everyone, this is Keerthan and I am going to teach you about the central nervous system and we'll be going deep into the superolateral surface of brain. So now we can start. Okay, so this is the parts of the central nervous system. So you can see the brain here and this is cerebrum. Then you can see cerebellum here and then you can see medulla, then pons above the medulla, then there's midbrain above pons, and then this diencephalon is between the cerebrum and the brainstem. Okay, this is cerebrum and we'll be diving deep to the cerebrum now. So this is the cerebrum or the superolateral surface of brain, and this you can see is the frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe. It is named after the overlying bones, like here frontal bone is present, here parietal bone is present, here occipital bone is present, and here temporal bone is present. So with that we can see that the underlying bones are named as the lobes. Okay, so now we can dive deep into the structures of what is present in the front lobes. So now I'm going to be teaching you a technique of how we can draw this diagram. So we can move into the central sulcus. But before that, I'll be explaining you about what are the gyrus and sulcus, like what do they mean and how are they present in the brain. So you can see the actual structure of the brain, and here you can see the series of elevations that are called gyri, and they are separated by the grooves called the sulci. So these lines are gyri and these are sulcus. Okay, so you can see the gyri are separated by shallow depressions, the sulci or deep grooves called fissures. Okay, basically gyri are the elevations and sulcus is the depression or the deep grooves. Okay, now keeping this diagram in mind, we can go to the anatomical diagram now. So now you can see that the here is the frontal part and here is the parietal, then here you can see the occipital lobe and here you can see the temporal lobe. So first we can take the parietal lobe, like that is easier to remember. So you can see this is the central sulcus. Okay, in the central sulcus it divides the precentral gyrus and the postcentral gyrus. Okay, see, so this you can see the precentral sulcus and here you can see the postcentral sulcus. Then as we go, you can see there's one intraparietal sulcus here and it divides into the superior parietal lobule and inferior parietal lobule. So that's how easy the parietal lobule is. So next we can go into the frontal lobule. So here is a gyrus and here you can see the superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus and inferior frontal gyrus, and middle there's the superior sulcus and here it's the inferior sulcus. That divides into the three parts: superior frontal gyrus, middle frontal gyrus and inferior frontal gyrus. So then you can see the temporal part. Here also it's almost similar to the frontal part, and here you can see there's this superior temporal sulcus and inferior temporal sulcus that divides the temporal lobe into three parts. It's the same like superior temporal gyrus, middle temporal gyrus and inferior temporal gyrus. Then we can go to the easiest part, that is the occipital lobe. So here you can see here's one sulcus and here's one sulcus. So this is called the post calcarine sulcus and this is called the lunate sulcus because this is like the shape of the moon. Okay, so you can remember it as lunate sulcus. Okay, I hope you would have understood this, and it's also easy to remember if you study like this. You can start from the parietal lobule, then go to the frontal, then temporal, then this occipital. So now we can see what functions are performed by the four lobes. Okay, so see, frontal lobe, it's in the front and so it actually operates the motor functions, motivation, aggression, emotions and awareness of self. Now you know how much important it is. So it's in the front. Then you can see for the parietal, temporal and occipital, all three of them are for the reception and evaluation of information. For the parietal lobe, you can see that it evaluates all sensory information except smell, hearing and vision. Okay, because it's like far away, you can remember it like that. And then you can take the temporal lobe. Temporal lobe is actually like near the ear. So it actually reception, integration of smell, hearing and memory. It does those functions. You can remember it like it's near the ear, so it does hearing, memory and smell. Then occipital lobe. This is actually farthest from the eyes, but this is slightly hard to remember. So you can take reception and integration of visuals is done by occipital lobe. So I hope you would have understood this. The main importance of this topic is this is an university essay question and it has been repeated for the past years. So if you have any doubts, you can post it in the comment box. Thank you.